Hello, good evening everybody. Welcome back. Jiujitsu2000 here today. I've got Miss Bella with me.
Hi guys.
We are back with Alone, season 6, episode 3, Up in Flames. So if you haven't seen that episode, this video will contain spoilers. So make sure to turn it off if you don't want your Alone experience to get ruined. So you ready for the quote?
Go for it.
The quote says, and I love these quotes, "This is no time for ease and comfort. It's the time to dare and endure," by Winston Churchill. So that's kind of interesting, to dare and endure. What are they daring? Dare try hunting, dare drink the water, dare...
It's just giving two sides of the coin.
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Two sides of the coin.
That's one famous quote of Winston Churchill. I was trying to look it up, give something interesting, but it has just a couple multiple meanings. But
it's crazy.
Yeah. I like quotes. They're good.
It's awesome. So we're starting off. We're on day 9. There are 8 people left. It's around noon, and we're talking about Jordan. He's 35 years old. First thing I noticed was he has a pretty nice shelter. He got 4 rabbits.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
4 rabbits. And I'm looking at the shelter and I'm noticing something. At least I'm thinking that I'm seeing something, but I'm not sure. But from my point of view, on the front of his shelter, by where the door was, from the outside looking at the shelter, it looked like he had a caribou horn, maybe a caribou shed hanging there. Kind of neat.
Didn't catch that, but yeah.
Catch that? It's kind of interesting.
I was too busy watching him try to lick milk
Yes.
out of the rabbit, which I thought was absolutely disgusting. But he said it was really sweet tasting.
Right?
Yeah, some nutrients in there, but I thought it was kind of gross.
I've never seen that done before, and the thought that went across my mind is that safe? Can you get sick from that? Are there, I don't know. So if you guys know, what do you think about that? That was kind of weird. I don't know. I don't think I would have done that, but I'm not knocking him. But that, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I noticed that in his shelter, he had some birch bark strips. So I'm wondering if he's planning to build, maybe a container or something. I don't know. And he said something very accurate. He said, when you're out there, there's no schedule out there. And that's true. When you're in the wilderness, there's a whole set of laws that apply out there than there is in like our normal day-to-day life. The law of the nature is completely different than the law of the land. So I thought that was neat that he mentioned that. So he takes 4 heads and he makes rabbit soup.
Yeah, some rabbit soup, and he even put some of the organs in there, and he pretty much says like it's
smart.
It's not gonna be all that tasty, but you have to eat anything that you can, just to fill your stomach. So there goes the heads and some good old organs in there to eat. But
his quote, "Bad food is better than no food."
Yeah, see?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Got anything else on him?
No, that's it.
Right now. So let's move forward. Day 9 still. 3:40 in the afternoon, talking about...
You're gonna tear up this name.
How do you say this name?
I don't know.
Wayona. I hope I'm not butchering that.
I think we're butchering it, but give us a break. Give us a break. She said it once in there and how to pronounce it, and I meant to go back so I could be awesome and do it. So please forgive us. Yes. So she kind of starts off and is like licking the sap off the tree, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Birch sap.
Yeah.
Licking
just licking the tree, you know.
Pretty interesting. So they make maple syrup from maple tree sap, and you can drill and make syrup. You basically you take the syrup in a container and you boil the water out of it, and what's left behind is the syrup. So I don't know if that could be done with a birch tree or not, but that was kind of new to me.
I guess if I was out there, I'd be doing whatever, licking all the trees I could.
Yep.
I don't know.
She decides she's going to work on her shelter with an effort to insulate it to conserve calories, which is very smart. Calorie conserving is very smart, because if she's sitting there getting too cold in her shelter, she can be shivering calories away.
A lot of calories, yeah. I noticed that one too. One cool thing I liked about her is that she says that, you know, I'm a small-ish woman, and, you know, I'm here to, she pretty much says to prove herself. Like, she's not some military, buff military man, she says.
Yep.
And that she, you know, she seems to be rocking it out pretty good so far. She's kind of what would you call her? She does all the
taxidermist, meat processing.
She does that, and like collecting all the different herbs, and if I remember correctly, she like did a lot of like ancestry
research,
like
primitive
type
stuff.
So she seems to really know her things as far as the different herbs and things that she can eat and things that she can't.
Wild edible and medicinals, right?
And I think that that's going to be really good if she's not able to find like any big protein for now. It's going to keep her going until she, you know, hopefully get some fish or, you know, some small game. So
they showed some of her footage from her casting tapes, and it looked like she was really good at preserving hides and butchering meat and making
different broths,
clothes and broths out of it.
Yeah, like I was pretty impressed.
Yep, couple
she
things.
To be good.
She was, huh? Really good at that. A couple things I noticed was her knife. She had an orange Mora knife. There we go, Sweden. So, and which that made me happy because Moras are awesome. So then I also noticed her saw. She also has a silky katana boy. We're seeing those more and more. Another black silky katana boy. So that was kind of cool. Makes me happy, you know, to see that this saw is being more prevalent. People that are on alone are using this saw more and more. It's a fabulous saw. I did a review on one, oh gosh, it's been maybe a year or two ago.
Okay.
Got anything else on her?
Well, that's it.
So we're moving forward, day 10. We're talking about Nathan. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, 8 people left. He said he had a weird dream about a bull getting caught in his gill net. So to me, that means he's hungry.
He's hungry, and he said maybe like it's like he needs to go check that gill net to see if there's a fish in there.
Yes.
And so he goes out.
Huge fish.
Finds a big old fish. You know, good payday, good meal.
Yep.
Rips that fish open.
And he worked in a fish hatchery, so he found that it was a female. Yeah.
And so you massage, I guess, the eggs out of the fish.
I've never done that.
Yeah, and he had a baggie, I guess he had found, and put the eggs in there.
The caviar.
And he thought it would be a really great idea to go and eat some of those eggs. And right then and there, I'm thinking, oh, I don't know. But he ends up eating them.
Yeah, and at first it reminded me of Dave Nessia from season 3 when he caught a fish and he ate the sperm sacs.
Ew.
Yeah, but I don't know why it reminded me of Dave, because this is eggs from a female. So I don't know, and I wonder about that too. Is it safe to eat those eggs like that? I don't know. But He started getting lightheaded. He said that he stood up too fast.
Yeah, I kind of just thought like he needed to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a little bit more as the time went by, he just really wasn't feeling right and something was wrong.
He decided he's going to rest.
Yeah. And kind of starts to kind of get the throw up hacks that you could hear. Ooh.
He says there's something wrong in my stomach. He starts to throw up.
Yeah.
And then we move forward to around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're still talking about Nathan, and he's still throwing up.
And he starts to see that there's some pink in his vomit.
Yeah.
And a lot of that can be related to, some internal bleeding. So, of course, that's concerning. He says it's like pink and then some little dots of blood. So I'm like, dang, just eating that little bit of eggs has like really ripped him up. And, he says that if he doesn't feel better that evening, he's done.
Right? Could be a tap out if this sickens. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And my thing that crossed my mind is if his body is not used to consuming these types of foods regularly, if his body's not acclimated to eating that kind of food, that kind of meal, maybe doing it out there could be playing tricks on him, on his body. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it's just a
Yeah.
thought that popped in my head.
Yeah.
So you got anything else?
No, that's it.
Moving forward, day 11. 8 people left. We're about 8:40 in the morning talking about Barry. Now here we go, because he was the one that was a martial artist, and now he reveals what style he studies, which is Krav Maga. The Israeli Special Forces units do Krav Maga. So if there's gun disarmament techniques or knife disarmament techniques, they're phenomenal. So he was doing a two-handed throat defense technique.
It was kind of cool. It was entertaining. He's got a personality on him. Giving a little bit of a demo in front of the camera. Changing it up a little bit. I like that.
Thought it was cool. So
Yeah.
technique that he shared was pretty good technique. It was a simultaneous. Krav Maga does a lot of simultaneous things. They do like a defense up here, and then they'll kick at the same time, or they'll block a thing and strike at the same time. So it was very cool. And me being a martial artist, watching that, I really appreciated that, seeing that. So we're moving forward. He found 6 cans.
Yeah. Yeah. And they were all rusty, and I'm like, what the heck is he going to do with these rusty old cans? And then he tells us that he's going to make them into some type of lure, and I'm still thinking, how?
Me too.
What are you going to do, really?
How are you going to do that?
Yeah.
And it was cool to watch that unfold. When he first saw those cans, it reminded me of when I did my $5 2-day solo survival experience videos. Because I found some cans like that, and I used them to boil water.
Yeah, gotta do what you gotta do.
It's crazy. So he makes lures. They look nice. His lures turned out really good. And he says that it's been 9 days since he's had any protein. And I got all excited because he caught a fish. Right? He says he's never went this long without food. So we're moving forward, right? 6:53 in the afternoon. We're still talking about Barry. It's still day 11. He's pulling the fish in. And maybe because he was so hungry, he got a little excited, or the fish wasn't set the hook right or something, but he lost the fish.
And
oh man,
he lost the lure that he just got done making.
Yes. Oh, the hook and the lure, because you're only allowed 25 fish hooks out there.
Yeah.
So to lose one, that's pretty.
Yeah, that was kind of a bummer.
Pretty demoralizing. I was like, oh dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then he talks about the reason that he wants to win the show. His motivation for being on the loan is a financial motivation, from what he said.
I'm not here for my health.
Yep.
I'm here for my wealth.
I'm here for my wealth.
That's what he says.
He wants to make the money.
Okay, Get it.
Wants his kids. So that was it.
Everybody's got their own motivation, and if that's what his motivation is,
good for him.
Yeah.
More power to him.
Bring it on.
39-year-old guy. He's got his sights set on the prize.
Yeah.
Let's move forward to day 12, talking about Brady. 9:36 in the morning. 8 people left. He said he's having really crazy, vivid dreams.
Lots of crazy dreams out here. I mean, this guy had weird dreams, like tigers in his, like they're camping. He's camping with his family, like in India or something like that. Is that what it was? India.
Monkey. I don't remember what he said. It was
I'm
off.
trying to follow it, but it kind of reminds me of my dreams and some of the off the wall stuff that I dream about, and I just wake up and like, what the heck?
What was I thinking?
Yeah. So you're out there, you have time to think, you're in a different element, you're gonna have some crazy dreams, I'm sure.
Crazy. I noticed there was a tiny bit of snow just barely dusting on the ground in that shot. A little bit of snow. He found blueberries.
Lots of I would eat a bunch of blueberries.
Big score. Hope you don't get the runs.
Yeah. Well.
And he is a seer specialist in the Air Force, which is really cool for me because one of my good friends was on season 2 of Alone, Mike Lowe. That's exactly what he did. He was a SEER instructor in the Air Force. So I thought that was pretty cool. Kind of hit home there. He has 4 kids at home.
Big family.
Big family. His wife.
Yeah, young kids. His wife has some type of arthritis that she's been dealing with for like 8 years. And looks like he's got like a really good, tight family unit at home. And so he's got a huge reason to be out there and performing top notch. Yeah.
And they're on day 12, so he's already killing it. He's already doing a good job.
And one thing that I like that he said is that he's like taking his time. He's pacing himself. He's doing things correctly. Like even when he was out there collecting those blueberries, it's a tedious job. It's it's some calorie expenditure. But he said, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it right.
Methodical.
Yeah.
Which gives me a new level of respect for him because the people in the past seasons that have treated it like a marathon instead of a sprint, they seem to do well. So he might be doing some good things.
Super chill.
He finds some bones, and it looks like it was a wolf kill spot. So he decides that he's going to use the bones for fish lures. And he found a musk ox head. Which
was pretty awesome.
Which is crazy because I didn't know that they even lived up there.
Oh, really? Well, I didn't know. I didn't even know what it was, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
But it was pretty awesome and huge. He says he's going to take it and go put it on the front of his shelter.
Yeah.
And he's saying like, I have this to do. I have to cut firewood. I've got all these chores I got to do, but this is pretty cool. So I'm going to do it. So
I'm going to do that.
Right.
Now let's move forward. Day 12, talking about Ray. 2:40 in the afternoon. 8 people left. Now I love Ray. He's got this big heart. The guy is just fabulous right here in the heart. He has a squirrel that's his friend.
His companion.
His friend. He's lonely. He's alone. He's lonely. And he's got a squirrel.
He has a squirrel that he talks to.
But he's hungry.
Yep.
So he decides to make a Mojave scissor snare.
Which that was pretty cool. I've never seen one of those.
And he nailed it. That trap, that snare that he made looked fabulous. It looked amazing. So moving forward, day 13, 9 in the morning. Or did you have anything left for Ray?
No, thanks for asking that.
Sorry. I'm excited. I'm trying to make this video shorter. So we're not killing you guys. So 9 o'clock, day 13, Nathan, 8 people left. I'm really excited because he says he's feeling better.
Yeah, so no tap. Good.
Good, yes.
Good for him.
Move forward.
He's empty. Yep. And he's feeling good and ready to get to work.
Ready to do his thing. Moving forward, 11 o'clock. Do you have anything else on him?
Nope.
Okay, sorry.
No.
Talking about Brady. He's making lures, and he had some orange, looked like webbing or something off of his pack, I think he said.
It said it in the little corner part that it was taken off of his backpack.
Okay, so he's using snare wire and bone and some orange webbing.
And so the orange is to kind of get the
Attention?
right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought.
And he made a comment that was very interesting. He said, I did not, something to the effect, and I'm probably butchering it, but I studied the previous seasons and I chose to not bring a bow because I haven't seen it work out too well.
It didn't pay off.
It didn't pay
for
off.
Previous contestants.
So he decided that for him, fishing and snares would be his strength, I guess, or his main source of food out there, which is understandable because I kind of feel the same way. I don't know. I'd probably take a bow though. I don't know. He said this filming thing sucks, and I can attest to that. Sometimes filming, you gotta walk way out there, set the camera up just to get a shot of you walking by or something. And they're filming 8 probably hours a day. So he says he's on a mission to win, and he gets a nice fish, a big lake trout.
He does.
He
You
gets
said
it.
everything that was already in my notes, so you go for it, dude.
Oh,
It's all you.
sorry. Got anything else on Brady?
No, I don't. You
Okay.
said every single thing that I already wrote notes
You
on.
copying my notes again?
No, you're copying mine, but you're the one that gets to talk, so.
All right, so let's go forward then. Day 13, 1-7, talking about Ray. There's
Ray.
8 people left.
Ray's a character. He's over there looking at himself in the cameras, telling everybody that he is wilderness chic. He says, kind of giving like the whole Vogue thing, like, look at me. He's a character and funny. There's a couple other times throughout that he makes some funny comments that you want to pull for Ray.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think you have to be like that out there. You got to keep some kind of entertainment.
Of
or
course.
something to keep
Oh
your
shoot,
mind.
I would.
Keep your mind going.
I would. You guys could think I was crazy, whatever, but I would be keeping myself entertained.
Going. So he takes his bow. He decides to go check his snare, his trap.
His awesome Mojave scissor snare,
Mhm.
and lo and behold, it snapped.
It was sprung, but the trigger was caught.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed. But instance later, he hears the squirrel.
He sees it too.
And was it a bow? Did he?
Yeah, he
hit it
took a
with
shot with a bow.
Yeah. You
And
could
hit
hear
it.
the poor little squirrel kind of doing the squeakies in the background, and
Yep,
put the squirrel out of his misery.
he did. He dispatched it quick.
So he had his dinner and ate, but you could tell that he had some reservations about it. Like,
Kind of messed with his head a little bit.
yeah.
He had a Dutch oven, I noticed, and the funny part that he did, he tells the camera.
Yeah. Oh, did you want
Excuse
any
me?
of this? Excuse me?
Excuse
Would you like some?
Would you like some of this? Excuse me here.
Yeah.
I thought
I
that was
cracked
cool.
it. He's just too funny.
So good job, Ray. That was cool. Moving forward, let's talk about Michelle again. It's 4 o'clock, day 13. Figure 4 deadfall practice. She's making some deadfalls. She checks the barrel, her fish barrel. Nothing.
Yeah, this awesome barrel that we were talking about last episode, and I thought that thing was gonna be cool. You know, like, what a cool idea. You float it out there, you have all your lures and you should get something. And she didn't get nothing. And she's a little bit sad and in the dumps about it, because that's her forte. You know, she grew up around a fish hatchery and like being a fisherman and like all that stuff, right? So
I think so.
like that should have been her number one. One thing she does say though is that when she was talking about her strategies before she left, they always thought that was going to be her strong suit, was going to be the fishing.
Yes.
And that her struggle was going to be the emotion.
Yes. So not catching fish is a bit of a surprise to her almost. And her barrel, it kind of reminiscent of Fowler's duck hunter that he had on season 3. It was pretty successful, but her barrel's not producing yet.
Maybe it's in the wrong area. Maybe she needs to move or something. I don't know.
She sends it back out. And what did she find in her snare?
A grouse. Is it called grouse?
A grouse.
So her snares are working, you know? So she's got this chicken there. Not very big, but it's definitely going to make some type of dinner for her.
Which was cool, because you always want to see the participants find food. You don't want to see them starve. At least I don't. And she looks at the camera and says, "I'm in the game again. I'm back in the game," or something like that.
Yeah, she was excited.
Yep.
She hadn't eaten in a while, so it was time to eat her some chicken soup or grouse soup or whatever.
Yep. Let's go back to Ray.
Ray.
647. Still on day 13. He's always been a hunter. He's sad over the squirrel.
He starts to get really emotional, you know, and I was kind of surprised to see him. Like, you could tell, you know, when somebody's just about ready to cry and they start to have that emotion, and I'm like, whoa, like, he's really serious. Like, this hit hard for him, you know, and
he's sad about it.
And I get it, but then he also kind of says like that it could just be him being out there and like how important this meal was. And he had hunted forever. He said dozens and dozens of food sources that he's had out of the forest and hunted that has never affected him, but for some odd reason this one just like really, really hit. So
because he's alone and he doesn't have no interaction, and he had a friend, and he's got such a big heart. He's got a heart this big. You know, Ray's a good dude.
So you're really starting to see like that emotional, like mental health stuff start to come out, you know, 12, 13 days in, and you know, everyone's starting to kind of struggle and not having that other person to talk to, and that's super important. You know, getting that mindset that, you know, you're on your own, you're by yourself, you're alone.
And he said that he feels like he betrayed the squirrel's trust.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of Dave Nessia. Season 3. In season 3 he did really good, but when he came back to season 5 for the Redemption series, Redemption Alone, he really had a struggle with hunting and killing, and we're seeing it again, a glimpse of it in Ray. It's crazy.
I don't think that he'll get as far like as Ray's gonna do what he needs to do.
I think so too.
You know, like he might have a little bit of a guilty conscience, but he knows that it's a circle of life, and he's gonna have to do what he has to do to live and survive.
Right. I agree 100%. One more thing and then we'll go, right?
Yeah.
Michelle, 8 o'clock, day 13, 8 people left. She said that she's been homeless before. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's big. She left home at 14 years old. She's in her shelter, cooking her grouse. And you hear some crackling, and it's some really good, you know, she's talking about a lot of good stuff. And what? You want to tell them, or you want me to tell them?
No, you go for it.
Okay, so yeah, her shelter catches on fire.
And then I thought that she got it out, like, because it started to go down a little bit, and you could hear the sizzle, like she must have had some water over there. But then it starts to flare up. You don't actually see directly what's on fire, really. You just see like the light of everything, and the light getting like more and more intense. And you could hear her starting to freak out.
Her voice.
And what do? They end the episode.
Yep.
So we don't know if she's lost everything.
Yes.
Did she put it out? Did she have enough water? Did she save all her stuff in there? Yeah. You know, that's going to be a huge deal breaker for her if she's lost all of her things.
Yeah.
You know,
And
so.
at 8 o'clock at night, losing your shelter potentially.
Yeah.
We don't know. They leave
Yeah.
us hanging.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger,
so,
nail biter.
thanks alone. You know, we didn't have
Yeah.
any tap outs. We didn't
Yeah.
get no taps.
Yep.
But we had the fire and then end of episode.
That's crazy.
Wah, wah, wah.
Well, yeah, kind of a letdown. But
Yeah.
they do that for television, which is understood. They did a good job.
We'll watch next week.
We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
So
All
that's
right.
it.
That's it.
That's it. Well, want to say thank you guys for stopping by and watching our commentary on episode 3. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was
a
good.
good episode.
It's good.
Hope you guys
I want more drama. I'm
Yeah.
waiting for the more drama to come. Hopefully
it
that's
will.
coming.
It will. When they start getting high emotions and
Yeah.
it starts becoming a mental game and you get down to about 3 or 4 people left, it's going to get crazy, I think.
Yeah.
It always does. So hope you guys are having a good night or good day and eating some good food, because these people out here are starving for our entertainment.
Yeah, we had steak tonight when we watched the show. So.
Yeah. So thanks for watching. Feel free to leave your comments down below, like the video, share the video, or unlike it. I don't care. And until next time,
Go
we'll
ahead.
see you. Right? So bye for now.
Bye.
Later.